What's up, Soul Family? It's Shanny with Healing Elements, and I wanted to talk about something that I have actually spoken about that happened to me, which I believe is divine intervention that saved my son's life. And I wanted to talk about what happened to the Argentinian former president, Christina Fernandez. Yesterday, she had an attempted assassination and the gun jammed. So I wanted to talk about how prevalent it is truly, if you think about it in your life, how much divine intervention has played a part. And if you can think of any circumstance in which you were either a bold witness to something of this nature or things that played a part in saving your life. So basically what happened yesterday, which is September 2nd, 2022, yesterday, the former president of Argentina, who is now actually the vice president of Argentina. Her name is Christina Fernandez. She served 2 terms in Argentina as the president from 2009, or I think it's 2007 to 2015. And, she is currently, there's no motive confirmed, but currently she's undergoing, an corruption trial. So she, this was attempted assassination in front of her house. She was in Buenos Aires in public with a lot of her supporters outside of her house. And there, was this gentleman that just approached, as you'll see in a minute. I'll play the video. He put a gun right to her face, as you can see, and pulled the trigger. She flinches from it. And you can actually hear in the video the clicking of the trigger. But there was a jam. The investigators in Argentina have confirmed that there was 5 bullets, all in working order. The gun was in working order. Guns sometimes just do things like misfire and jam, really rarely, but they do occasionally have that happen. Now, for this to happen when 5 bullets are loaded into a .38 caliber chamber is extremely rare. So I definitely believe that this was divine intervention, a miracle of some divine order. And so, I wanted to talk about other circumstances in which this has occurred and how beautiful it is to recognize this, that we always have helping partners. We always have guardian angels. You can call them anything you want. They could be light beings from another planet, right? This is the truth, that we have these veils, these invisible fields and walls that are right in front of our face, and we have our relatives that have passed away that we knew on this physical existence that are guarding us and helping us in a very tangible way, in a lot of different ways, even so much as to, spill our coffee so that we take that extra 2 minutes to clean it up and we avoid a car accident that would have been fatal. Something like that. I really do believe in that. And this story in particular brought up something that I talked to my very good friend. He's a neighbor. His name is Daniel. And we were speaking about this in 2021, so about a year ago. We had a mass shooting in the Bay Area that was horrendous. It was at this transit authority, so our bus and train station company is, Valley Transit Authority, and it was at the Santa Clara Valley Transport Center, and it killed 9 people, but 10 actually. He killed himself. He was a 57-year-old man using a assault rifle. And so we were speaking of this outside, and he let me know that he was an actual witness, very up close and personal, to the previous shooting before that in 2019, which was at the Gilroy Garlic Festival, which unfortunately killed 3 people, 2 of which were children. And so that was a 19-year-old open fired. He was there as part of vendor in his work, and he described this story, and it was very, very eloquent and very detailed, and it gave me the chills. And it was just like this. What had happened is he came packed and loaded with an assault rifle and other automatic firing handguns, actually, with a bulletproof vest and everything. And so he was definitely intending to do a lot more damage than he did. Rest in peace to those 3 souls. However, my neighbor friend Daniel explained that when he and his friend, by the way, his coworker, was shot through, he was one of the injured, he was shot through the thighs. So the coworker ran toward the guy to see what was going on and just to see if he could, see anything. Wrong thing to do. My neighbor friend hid. And so when he ran toward it, he witnessed this, and it was confirmed. I could not find any verification on the internet, but this is from the horse's mouth. So my neighbor is a really, really responsible, cool dad and very, very nice gentleman. He explained that the story went like this. After a few rounds and people falling down, it actually occurred in which the gun jammed, and this was witnessed by his coworker. And the gun jammed so significantly for about a minute, he estimated maybe 2, that gave the first responders time to get to the scene, in which they opened fire on him, shooting him multiple times. However, he was not killed. He was probably mortally wounded, but he turned the gun on himself and killed himself. And he definitely had, again, quite enough ammunition and weapon to take out a lot more people. And there was a lot of people. It was a Sunday, and the Garlic Festival is very popular here in California in the Bay Area. And so basically that, I believe, might happen in those scenarios, although cruel and horrible as they are, because even one person dying is a tragedy, and is tragedy beyond, and we won't make this political, but I just don't understand the assault rifle and why it would be needed in a country, or even in hunting. I don't believe that the founders of our United States of America could even comprehend that, because when the Second Amendment was written down, we did not have anything close to a weapon that could be reloaded that quickly. So the casualties back then, if this was a problem, would have been, 1 or 2 people, because the time it takes to load up the weapon. And so I just wanted to speak on the fact that it is a beautiful thing when your team of spiritually charged, infused love bugs help you out. I also wanted to plug the fact of having faith in that type of thing. Of course, our thoughts become realities if you believe in what I do, the power of our consciousness and what it is able to do. On this earth, we are able to walk on hot coals and not get injured. We are able to, like David Blaine, train ourselves to be in a hypothermic state, which no one is supposed to be able to do for long periods of time. He can hold his breath, I believe he said 20 minutes. Things like that of divine nature do occur. And I would venture to guess that this woman, despite her political affiliation, that matters not. Life is precious and people are beautiful, no matter what they believe in. I believe that this woman, Christina Fernandez, most likely has strong faith or spiritual beliefs. And, I just wanted to plug the fact that the more strong and faithful and grateful you are, I believe, to the universe, to God, to our co-creator, to the angels, to your spiritual team up there, fighting for you, saving you, aligning with you in spirit so that you can continue here, is a big factor. So guys, that's all I have for you. Just wishing you blessings, love, and lots of light.